Okay, we are back. I'm still James, and now we get into the heart of the final project, that is setting up a trust between these two different forests in two different domains on two different servers. So, in theory, again, these could be in different cities, states, or even countries. But the first thing we need to do is make sure that the networking folks have done their job. Let's make sure that these can talk to each other. So on server 1 here, just as a refresher, we've got the 62 octet, and over on server 2, we've got the 115 octet. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that these can talk to each other. So if we try to ping that, we'll get responses. That's great. However, if we were to try to go to crochet jc.prv, and I should put ping in front of that because it has to know what I want to do, you'll find out it couldn't find anything. One would think that would be a problem. It actually isn't. But let's come over here and make sure that we can, in fact, ping the 115 octet, which is server 2. And we can. And if I was to try, I wouldn't be able to get that other part working quite yet. So we're going to bring up our management console. We're going to come to DNS. We're going to go into the forward lookup zones, and there's the crochet. So at that point, we want to come down to properties. We want to create a zone transfer. We're going to allow it to any server. We could limit it if we wanted to. And we're going to go from there. And at this point, we also need to do that over on server 2. So let's bring this up, DNS, server, forward lookup, media. At that point, we need to go to properties, zone transfer. We're going to allow zone transfer. Apply. At this point, we're going to come up here to forward lookup zones. We're going to make a new zone. Join the wizard here. Secondary zone allows us to create a copy of a zone that exists on another server, which is what we're looking to do. So we're going to go next. And in this case, we want crochet. I'm going to actually type it the way I want it, even though Microsoft is not case sensitive. .prv. And in this case, we need the IP address, which was 10.252.53.62. And press enter, and it can find it. What do you know? There's server 1. Next, finish. And I'm sure this will come as no surprise, but our next stop is over here on the forward lookup zone, new zone. Through the wizard, we're going to create a secondary zone, and we're going to name that media jc.prv. And at that point, we're going to type in the address of that server. Press enter. What do you know? Server 2. And finish. And as you can see, I can now see all of my files here and here on the different servers. You can see up here that the server number does in fact change. And just to make sure that everything's working, you'll remember that before I was able, from server 2, to be able to ping 10.252.53.62. And I was able to get a response, but I wasn't able to ping anything else. I wasn't able to use the name here. However, now we're able to get a response. Quick clear. Now let's come over and make sure things are working over here. So 10.252.53.115. And media, as always, gotta put the ping in. And now it's able to work that way as well. So now we know that the communication is able to work more fluently. All right, now that we know that that all works, let's give ourselves a quick clear here. And at this point, I'm going to take a quick break. The next step will actually be using Active Directory domains and trusts to make a trust between these two setups. So I will see you in that video to continue our journey.